Here we start. Pollutant. What do you understand by term pollutant? A pollutant is any material that contributes to pollution, which means any harmful substance which is contributing towards the pollution is a pollutant. Any material that harms the environment, whether it be chemical, biological or physical, can be considered as a pollutant. Okay, moving forward. Any biotic component, its byproduct or physical, that human purposefully release into the environment is that can be a harmful. Moving forward, such as residues from the things we create, use and discard is also called a pollutant. Okay. Now, these are the definition of pollutant. First one, according to the Environmental Protection Act 1986, pollutant are the harmful solid, liquid or gaseous substance present in such concentration in the environment which tend to be injurious for the whole living biota. So it means that according to Environmental Protection Act 1986, pollutants are the harmful substances which is in the form of solid, liquid or gaseous. And it can be very injurious for the living biota, or we can say for the whole atmosphere. Here are some important pollutants. First one is deposited matter. Next, gases, metals, pollutants from industries, pollutants from agriculture, and pollutants from radiators. These are the classification of pollutant. On the basis of nature, pollutant are following of three types. First one is physical pollutant, second is chemical pollutant, and third is biological pollutant. Okay, now what is physical pollutant? Physical pollutant are those pollutants that are typically present in our environment like heat, noise, and radioactive substances, which means all those pollutants which we can feel, just like heat, noise, radioactive, are known as physical pollutant. Next is chemical pollutant. Chemical pollutant which are made up of chemicals like oxides of carbon, nitrogen, sulfur, etc. Moving forward, third one is biological pollutant. Biological pollutants are all those pollutants which are made up of microorganisms such as bacteria and fungi. I hope this is clear. We can revise it one more time, that physical pollutants are divided into three types: physical pollutant, chemical pollutant and biological pollutant. Now, pollutant on the basis of decomposition. Decomposition means which can be decomposed after some time, after a while, into soil. So according to this, pollutants are divided into two parts: biodegradable pollutant and non-biodegradable pollutant. Biodegradable pollutant refers to household sewage which breaks down quickly both naturally or through artificial means. Okay, first we will understand what is biodegradable. Biodegradable means which can be decomposed into soil after a while, after some time. So example of biodegradable pollutants can be household sewage. Now next is non-biodegradable pollutant. Non-biodegradable pollutants are those pollutants which are contaminate, which break down extremely slowly. For example, metal oxides, aluminum cans, mercury salt, even DDT, which means all those pollutants which are not soluble in scent are non-biodegradable, which take a long time, a number of years to degrade into the soil, all are known as non-biodegradable pollutant. Moving forward, now here comes our new topic, that is pollution. After pollutant, we will study pollution. Okay, what is pollutant? Pollutant is all those substances which is contributing in the pollution is the pollutant. Okay, now we will study What is pollution? So, pollution, as we already know, is a major environmental concern that affects the air, water, and soil around the world, which means which is polluting our atmosphere is a pollution. It is caused by the release of harmful substance into the natural environment. Harmful substance, all those substances which are pollutant, which we have already discussed, all those pollutants which are contributing themselves in the environment will leads to the pollution. Often as a result of human activities such as industrialization, transportation, and waste management, which means the industrialization, transportation, and waste management are the major concern for the pollution. Pollution can have serious consequences for the health of both human and ecosystem, and it is growing problem that require urgent attention and action. As we have already know that pollution can be very disastrous, very harmful for everyone, for society, for human, for ecosystem, for atmosphere. It is disastrous. So it should be a grown up topic. So its problem related to pollution should be controllable. Now, pollution is harmful because it can damage ecosystem. It can harm wildlife and negatively impact on human health. Reducing pollution involves using cleaner energy sources, recycling, properly disposing of waste, and creating laws to limit harmful emissions. These are some of the definitions of pollution. The term pollution is used to refer to harmful material introduced by man into the environment, which means all those harmful materials which are contributing, which are introduced by a human into the environment, which is causing a disastrous impact on the human, on the wildlife, on the environment, is referred as pollution. Now, this is the definition of pollution which is given by Southwick. According to Southwick, pollution is the unfavorable alteration of our environment largely as human activity, which means pollution is not a favorable activity, it is an unfavorable alteration of our environment. Moving forward, pollution is also defined as undesirable change in the physical, chemical, or biological characteristics of air, water, and soil that may harmfully affect the life or create a potential health hazard of any living organism, which means it's not a desirable change, it's a disastrous, it's a harmful change in the physical, chemical, or biological characteristics of air, water, and soil, which may leads to a harmful impact on the life of the living organism. These are the types of pollution. There are various types of pollution, but majority we will divide it into three parts: air pollution, water pollution, and soil pollution. Now, what is air pollution? Air pollution, all those pollution which are contributing in making a air a harmful one is air pollution. In easy terms, in easy language, we will say air pollution, all those solid or gaseous particles which are present in the air and which is making it a harmful is referred as air pollution. Now, according to WHO, the term air pollution as the concentration of substances that are bad for both the environment and humans. Many substances end up in the atmosphere. The majority of these are gases that is spread quickly across vast distances, which means all those substances which are bad for the environment and humans are dissolved into the air which is contaminated the atmosphere, contaminated the air, is referred as air pollution. Air pollution results when undesired solid or gaseous particles are present in the air in amounts that are detrimental to the environment and public health. Now, these are the sources of air pollution: burning fossil fuels, emissions from automobiles, industries, agricultural activities, wars, natural factors. These are the major sources of air pollution. Now we will discuss all these sources in detail. First one is burning fossil fuels. Sources of air pollution. First one is burning fossil fuels. So, burning fossil fuels, how it can be a harmful cause for the air pollution. When wood, charcoal, and other fossil fuels are burnt, gases such as carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide are released into the atmosphere, and which causes the air pollution. Next is emissions from automobiles. Likewise, over 80% of air pollution is mostly caused by the vehicles. The main pollutant emitted by cars, trains, airplanes, and other machinery are nitrogen oxide, carbon monoxide, and unburned hydrocarbons. So this is the biggest issue of the air pollution, biggest cause for the air pollution. Why? Because 80% of air pollution is caused by the vehicles. As because of vehicles, because of automobiles, many harmful gases are being released into the atmosphere, such as sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxide, carbon monoxide, etc. Next is next source of air pollution is industries. Now, the primary cause of air pollution are industries like thermal power plant, paper, pulp mills, steel mills, fertilizer facilities, and petroleum refineries also. They enrich the atmosphere with a variety of dangerous gases such as carbon monoxide, sulfur monoxide, nitrogen oxide, hydrocarbons, etc. Now, next is agriculture activities. How agriculture activities contributing towards the air pollution? The application of herbicides and pesticides, which contaminates the air. When breathing these causes serious health issue for both human and animals. Next is wars, how fights between the countries can cause to air pollution. Like gases emit during warfare, which contaminates the air. This seriously disrupts the local environment. Radioactive rays from nuclear explosions contaminate the air. Well-known example of this is nuclear blast at Hiroshima and Nagasaki. As we are already aware that when a war is happened between the countries in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, nuclear bomb blast due to nuclear bomb blast, many harmful gases has been released. Next is natural factor. Natural factor can also be a cause for the air pollution. Air pollution naturally caused by gases such as volcanoes, fungus, spores, and pollens. I hope this is clear. We will take a quick revision of this. That sources of air pollution are burning fossil fuels, emissions from automobiles, industries, agriculture activities, wars, and natural factors can also be a causes of air pollution. Now, these are some of the common air pollutant. These are mainly two types of pollutant: gaseous and particulate. Gaseous, gaseous pollutants are oxides of carbon, oxides of nitrogen, and oxides of sulfur are gaseous pollutants, which are present in the form of gas. Particulate pollutants can be solid or liquid particles. Larger particles will settle down quickly, but small particle remains in air. So we can say that there are two types of common air pollutant. First one is gaseous and second is particulate. Gases particulate, which means which are present in the atmosphere in the form of gas, like oxides of carbon and oxides of nitrogen, etc. And particulates are basically solid or liquid particles. Some of the large particles settle down on the earth quickly, but the small particles are remain float in the air, which causes the pollution. Effects of air pollution. Effects on air pollution. If effects on plant. Second one is effects on man. Okay. Now effects on plant. First one is plants suffer from fluorosis caused from SO2. Green vegetables are damaged by fluorides and pan. Reduction in crop yield is seen by oxides of nitrogen and fluorides. Premature yellowing of leaves, leaf fall and flower buds. Discoloration of plant is seen due to effect of hydrocarbon. Reduction in the photosynthetic. Now, its effect can also be seen on men, or we can say on human. Okay, now first one is mucous membrane dryness, altered eyesight, headaches, lung congestion, and edema all are caused by ozone. Next, chromosome abnormalities have been reported to be caused by ozone. Next, dry mouth, scratchy throat, watery eye, and respiratory tract issue are all brought on by SO2. Next, by diffusing into the bloodstream, SO3, CO, and NO2 decreases the diffusion of oxygen. The cardiovascular system is harmed by CO. Pollutants such as hydrocarbons have the ability to cause cancer by acting as carcinogens. Respiratory conditions like bronchitis and asthma are brought on by cotton dust. Tobacco smoking causes lung cancer to grow. So, these are the harmful effects of air pollution on plant as well as on men. On plant, we can say plant can also suffer the diseases such as chlorisis, such as due to hydrocarbon discoloration of plant can lead flower buds, leaf fall, yellowing of leaves, etc. can cause due to air pollution. Same way, like effect on human can be seen on their health, like dryness can be caused, their weak eyesight, headaches, lung congestion, and also it can lead to lung cancer. Now, these are the control measures of the air pollution. How air pollution can be controlled. As certain gases are soluble in water, so they are separated by dissolving in the liquid. So this can be a controllable measure, as we all know that there are certain harmful gases are present in the water, but there is a solution for it. They can also be separated by dissolving in the liquid. By if we dissolve these gases in the liquid, then the solution can be came out. Next, bigger particles are settled through gravity settling tanks. Fine particles are separated using electrostatic precipitators or cyclone collectors. Okay, now as we all know when the articles are bigger in size, they can be easily settled on the land due to gravity. But articles which are in small nature, which are fine, which are very which are not easily even visible, it's not easy to uh, settle, it's not easy to separate them in the environment. So for that purpose we can use electrostatic precipitator or cyclone collectors. Next, to minimize pollution at the ground level, chimney height should be raised to the maximum extent feasible. As we all know, many factories, many industries which are using chimneys, their size should be as long as possible so that pollution cannot be spread at lowest level of the earth. It can be flew away into the atmosphere at least. Next, by removing sulfur from fuel before use, SO2 pollution can be reduced. Next, strict enforcement of pollution control regulation is necessary. As we all know, government has also done many activities. Many government has also made many policies, acts for controlling the pollution. Next, since trees refresh the environment, they ought to be planted alongside roads, rivers, parks, and other open spaces, which means, as we all know, trees can consume the carbon dioxide. So, for consuming the carbon dioxide, we should plant more and more trees into the atmosphere so that harmful gases can be sought out. The primary source of pollution, population growth, needs to be controlled. As we all know, population is the major issue of the environment. If the population will be controlled, then there should be less usage of the natural resources and our environment will be more healthy to live. Next, there should be limitations on nuclear blast which are causing in the countries, in the nations, should be controllable in nature. They are also the cause of the air pollution. So this is the summary slide of air pollution. As we have already discussed what are the causes, we can read it one more time. The main causes of air pollution include industrial process, transportation, and household activities such as heating and cooking. Okay, how transportation is contributing in pollution? As we all know that many harmful gases are releases from the vehicles such as car, truck, and plane. And because of household activities also, pollution can be caused such as by doing heating or by cooking. Now effects, this also we have already discussed in a detailed way. Now in a summarized way we will study this also. Air pollution can have serious effects on human health, including respiratory problem, cardiovascular disease, and cancer. It can also have negative effect on the environment such as acid rain, smoke, and climate change. Now, solution. What is the solution of it? This is also we have already discussed. Now, solution to the air pollution include reducing emission from industrial and transportation sources. As we already know, if we will and if there will be less consumption, less emission from the industries and transportation sources, if we will use more, if we want to cover the distance, then we can cover it by walking also. If there is no need to cover a small distance through any other vehicle, as we already know that vehicles are releasing more and more pollution, harmful gases into the environment. Promoting the use of renewable energy and increasing energy efficient particles in homes and businesses. Energy efficient practices in homes and businesses. Okay. So here we will stop this topic, and in next class, in next lecture, we will going to study next pollution, that is water pollution. Okay. Thank you.